comes from Carol Whitfield from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thanks so much for your question, Carol. She asks, what's your take on hand quilting versus machine quilting? Does one feel more real to you than the other? Dominic.
That's an interesting question.
Okay. Do you have a say? Savannah says she could see manta rays in her Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like hand quilting versus machine quilting. And so I'm going to approach this question from the actual quilting, which is the flimsy batting backing question. And so there's the machine quilting, which is done clearly by a machine, and the hand quilting, which is like something that used to be done quite frequently 100 years ago because there were no machines to do it for you. And so it would be on big looms and there'd be groups and you'd all hand and stitch and sew it together. And so I think my concern with the question, Carol, is what feels more real to you than the other? I think they're both real. They're both real. Neither one is more real or less real than the other because they're both completing a project and they're both making it into the done category. And I feel like, we put this hand quilting carries the weight of time and effort because to hand quilt something is to put a lot of love into it. It is also putting a lot of curse words into it and a lot of blood into it as well to do the hand quilting. But it is something that I feel like that carries, and we're going to talk a lot about this in a second, carries a heavy burden with it because it does take so much time to it. And we feel like in a world where we're comparing ourselves to it, we feel like that's more real and that we're shortcutting ourselves and we're cheating by machine quilting. And so I want to make sure that finishing this quilt, as long as it gets done and done your way, then you need to be proud of that and celebrate that. And if you are machine quilting it or you're paying someone else to machine quilt it, make sure that you're still experiencing the joy of actually completing a quilt that is going to have a home that someone is going to love and appreciate. And that is the most important thing at the end of the day. And so I want to make sure that, and this word snuck in here and it really popped out to me, was the word real. It's all real, you guys.
They're both real.
They're both real, right? And so I feel like in our minds, we want to have scales. And so if I take two pieces of just straight up fabric and put batting between it and hand quilt it, for some reason it feels less real, but it feels more real than a machine quilted a very complex top. And so don't play that game with yourself. Just finish your quilt and be happy that you made it and you put all the love and effort into the right place. Now, there's some people that find joy in piecing. Be proud of your piecing. There's some people that feel joy in their color selection. Feel joy in your color selection. There's some people that really, really, really like that machine quilting. Feel joy in the machine quilting. Okay, so Savannah, she's going to weigh in on this one for us. So as a free motion long armor, I would say that there's a lot of time and planning and sweating in her quilting too. Savannah, that is an absolute fair position, right? It is just as real as someone hand finishing a quilt together. Catherine says, when hand quilting, the material is manipulated more and it takes on a softer feel. But use and washing will make it feel real. Yes, I mean, that's absolutely fair. The more you handle it, it is going to be softer and it's going to be more because you're manipulating it more, you're putting more touch onto it. Anne says, getting material to the point of quilting and finishing is real. Take credit for the process. Yeah, we're going to talk about this a lot when we talk about
very arduous process.
It is it is a very arduous process to hand quilt. It is also a very arduous process to cut a lot of pieces and sew them together, right? But it doesn't make it any less real. It's all real. All right. And so I want to make sure that we're not putting that, weight of time into our quilting, that because it has time, it has more value. That's not real at all.